In this video, I will be demonstrating how to use the math class. The math class is a class used to do more complicated mathematical operations. The key to using it is learning how to read the instructions. So, remembering that Java is built on this idea that you use different classes to do things for you. Those classes can either be provided for you, or they might be built into the system. So a class that is provided for you is the input class, which we all need to add to our project in order to access. A class which is built into Java is called the math class. So to use the math class, I don't have to add anything to my project. So the first step is, how do I get to the help file to tell me how to use it? At the start of this course, we installed something called JavaDocs. So if you type the word math and then highlight the word and hold Control F1, you'll see this internal browser page pop up, which is a description of how to use the math class. So it can look a little overwhelming, but what we can do is we want to find one specific part. So this talks about what the math class is and how it works. But we're interested in what are called the method summaries. These are all the different methods that the math class can do. So these are all the mathematical operations that are possible. So let's pick one that we know, we're familiar with. So if we scroll up, I'm going to pick power. Actually, no, let's pick square root. So square root is SQRT. So this returns the correctly rounded positive square root of a double value. So this is the method we want to use. This tells me the description of what it is. And then there's three things we need to know. We need to know what the return type is. This is the return type, what it's going to spit out when it's done. This is the name of the method, so what I have to type. Oh, let me just highlight that. This is the name of the method, what I have to type in to access it, and this is what the method takes. So what we need to do now is we need to go back to our math class example, and I'm going to perform an operation. So if we remember, we're going to use the square root method. And a couple of things you want to remember. First thing is that it returns a double, and it takes a double. So that means I have to put a double into this and have it return into a double. So if it needs to return something and put it in a variable, I need to write an assignment statement. So on the left hand side, I need to put a double, because that's where I'm going to put the output. And then I put an equals. To access the math class, we type in the word math. The capital tells me that it's the class. And then the form states that it's a dot and then the method. So the method that we want to use is SQRT for square root. And in the brackets, I type in what I want to send it. So I can send it a variety of things. I could send it an actual number. So if I put the number 25 here, and I'm going to put 0.0 to indicate that it is in fact a double, what this line will do is it's going to take the number 25, send it to the math square root method, and then it will calculate the square root of 25, which is 5, and then put it into D. So we go system.out.print line, and I say, let's just output it. Oops. So let's run. We're going to run this file. And there's outputs 5.0. So I can put into this, I can type actual numbers directly into here. Not only can I type numbers directly in, I can send variables. So if I want to take whatever is in D and take the square root of it, instead of putting a number, I can type that variable name there. So right now, if I ran this, it's going to give me 0. The reason why is D has a value of 0, and then we say take the square root of D, and the square root of 0 is 0. If I set D to say 144 and I run this, it's going to return now 12. And I can take the square root of numbers that aren't as nice. I could take 136. And if I run this again, it's going to give me a long decimal answer. Please note, there's no way at this point for us to round those decimals off. So when you output a double, you don't have to worry about the decimals. Good luck.